All right, the next exercise we're going to do is just get into what's called a push pass or a pop pass. Ultimately, we have to prepare our body before we do any action in rugby, like any sport. So first thing I want to do is get nice and low on my toes. Put the ball down, get in that punching position. So you always want to be on your toes, and you want to sit your bottom down low enough that you can have balance, okay? And go through punches 5 times off your right, head up, and then switch to your other side. Make sure, have a look at your body, make sure you're about shoulder width apart. Again, on your toes, both your front foot and your back foot, nice and low, and get used to transferring that energy. Most athletes, when they get on a field, they run around and they throw the ball, and their body's in a poor and weak position, and their passes are flying anywhere, okay? Most other sports, they build up those progressions before they actually get into that motion. All right, so after I've gone 5 on both sides, right and left, then I'm going to get a ball, and if you're lucky enough, you have a weighted Morgan ball that'll help with the prepare to pass with one hand. So I want to have my left hand locked into my hip here, my right hand over top of the meat part of the ball underneath. Again, on my toes, transferring that energy. I'm just going to push it out nice and soft 5 times on my toes. Good, 5 times. Over to my left side again, hand underneath the ball, good grip, right hand locked in, on my toes, shoulder width apart, 5 times. Okay? After I've done that 5 times, I'm going to go to 2 hands on the ball. So again, the power hand underneath the ball, guide hand beside the ball, sit down 5 times through. That was 5. We'll go 5 to the left. Again, on my toes, 5 times. Not only is that going to prepare your hands and your arms to pass the ball, it's going to prepare your whole body for that action. After you've gone through your progressions, I'm just going to have my partner over here. Photo bomb. Yeah, just facing me on your toes, 1 foot in front of the other. Good, nice and low. Hand inside my hip, not out to the side because I don't want to over rotate, just inside my hip. Elbow in, not rigid, just nice and loose. Okay, and I'm just going to push it out. I want to finish with my hands out here like I want more bread. Once I pass the ball to Kayla, I'm going to turn my hands and I get prepared to the catch every time. Perfect. Ball in, 5 times. Good, we'll go to the left side, switch legs, sit down again, shoulder width apart on your toes, follow through, hands out, 5 times, good. Once we've gone through directly 5 times, just to build the skill, we're gonna face the trees here in that batter's box. Okay, so now the next progression, I'm gonna go laterally. So again, ball inside my hip, not out here, over rotate right here in my holster, right along the belly button midline. Elbow in, shoulder width apart, and just pushing it out, following through, staying low. That's okay, Kayla. Just got to follow through towards the target. Good. 5 times, and then we'll turn and we'll face the other way. Good. Okay, another tool we can use is a Gilbert net ball. Thing that I like, or the reason I love working with a Gilbert net ball, it's the same weight and feel as a rugby ball, but it's nice and round, okay? So it forces me to follow through with both hands equally with my push pass. Good. Perfect. Now, another progression we can do is just dealing with bad balls. So I can bounce it off the ground. Again, I don't want to pass it from here. I want to gain control, bring it back to my holster, elbow in, and put love on the pass and follow through. Good. Bounce it, back to the holster, follow through religiously every time. Good. One key thing that Kayla's doing every time is when she gets the ball and she's set, ball's on her hip, she's making eye contact with her target. She's not just shooting the ball across. So crazy pass, bring it in, good athletic position, eyes on the target, and follow through. Last one. Good. All right, so the next skill we're going to work on is everybody's favorite, which is the spin pass. Again, we want to focus on our body and that nice fluent movement, okay? Before we get into the actual spin pass, we're gonna prepare to spin. So again, I'm in that boxing position, low on my toes. I'm gonna try and hold the ball in this progression as low to the bottom as possible. We all have different size hands, so if we're younger, our hands are smaller, we've got to go a bit lower. So once I have it, I want to tighten the cookie jar, left hand out, sitting nice and low, and I want to rotate without actually passing it. Rotate out. I recommend you use a mirror in the house or video yourself on your phone and watch it 5 times. Switch over, nice and low, right arm in. Tighten the cooking jar the other way on your left hand and following through. A lot of your passing comes from your core and your legs, so you're just getting used to that fluent motion. 5 times both sides. Now with a partner, I'm going to square up with Kayla again. One-handed, left hand in, right hand locked in now. Again, on that hip, right on that tool belt, looking at my target, using my legs, following through over top, like you're looking down a barrel of a gun. Hold it out there. Good. Kayla's going to go. Perfect. Okay, we'll go 5 up. That's 5 off our right. We'll go 5 off our left. Same thing. Tighten that cookie jar so your coach doesn't take all the cookies. Left hand in. Fall through over top. Hands out. Perfect. Our next progression is, again, same as the push pass. We're going to go laterally. So just like baseball, we're up the bat, ball on our hip. Now I'm not too worried about once it's on your hip here about rotating it in, but I want your hand in a comfortable spot that you have a good grip, and then your left hand over top. I'm going to follow through both hands, and they should follow through the same. Okay, for consistent passing. And then hands up. Good. You're going to go 5 off your right, turn the other way, go 5 off your left. Don't worry about power, don't worry about speed, just worry about getting a good feel of it and being consistent with your follow through.
And just remember too, when you're catching the ball, that you're ready and you're prepared. So when you're receiving the ball from Robin, you're going to catch it and it's out in front of your body. You've reached across your body. You're not accepting it in to have to adjust. You're ready for that next pass that you have to make or whatever movement you have to do next.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, first thing I'm going to talk about when catching the ball is a lot of coaches, at least a lot of my coaches growing up, said you got to have soft hands. If I drop the ball, hey, have soft hands. I didn't really know what that meant fully, so if you squeeze your hands as hard as you can, that's about a 5, and you shake them out, that's about a 1. You want about a 3, so if you can feel about a 3 when you're ready to catch any ball on the field. Then you want to, when you're facing the target, you want to be square, hips, just like a back catcher, everything facing that target, on your elbows slightly bent. You want to be reaching for the ball, but you want your elbows slightly bent, just like shock absorbers on a car. That way you can absorb that energy. I'm going to pass it over to Kayla now.
Yeah, so when you're receiving that ball, like Robin said, you've got those soft hands. You also want to reach across your body, but while reaching across, you're in a nice position to catch the ball so that if someone was to hit you, you're kind of sturdy, you're ready to accept that or power through them, whatever your forte is. So as I'm going to receive that ball from Robin, my hands are out and I'm ready to catch it, and then I'm into that next position where I can run with the ball and pass it, or just pass it right quick so I don't get hit, and so we get that ball out to the outside wings.
Perfect. Okay. Boom, roasted.
Yes.